Good evening, ladies and gents. This is Nerds the Human, and welcome back to our SPQR Senators campaign. And you join us here with Carthage and newfound allies. Indeed, we know who the true enemies are now, which even means the Carthaginians may be our friends. And the vote, as I look at it right now, is 54% to take on the Scipii scum. So that's who we'll be taking on today, which in some ways is a bit inconvenient because the GDI are attacking, two of my three cities. So we'll have to go and repel them. That's a slight problem. And they're not actually attacking, which is slightly more problematic actually. Have they built any equipment? They have not. So I think to start off with, we're actually going to have to start the Scipii episode by kicking out the GDI. But I guess we'll just hold them at arm's length for the time being. So time to go ahead into these lads. If you're wondering, by the way, we're just a turn or two later. The only major difference is our lovely assassin here. Oh, he is looking deliciously brutal now. I mean, he is fairly ripped, so, fair enough graphics game. You've convinced me that he is brutal. So, in we go. Should be simple enough to clear these guys off. To be honest, it's a pretty pathetic attempt. Immediately they decided to remove themselves from the city walls, which is probably for the best. But I think we're just going to send the cavalry straight into these chaps and blow the horn of destiny. Well done, my good general. Pull out. You pull out as well. No. Out. Out, I say. Out. And we'll use this opportunity to allow some of that infantry to move up a bit closer. There we are. They're just going to be moving up in this general direction. We're going to spread them nice and thin, actually, so that we can get them into a nice javelin position. I'll probably get these guys into loose. They're still stuck on the wall as far as the end is concerned, so they can't go into loose formation. We'll just try a little bit of the old pincer movements on these two chappies. In we go, into their rear. They should hopefully turn around just into... No, okay, we're just going to charge head on. Okay, well, that worked as well. That also worked. And at this point, yeah, they're all giving up. They're all giving up now. So charge straight across their face. Come on. Straight across them. Straight across them. And into the back of those lads. They're all happy to see their friends rout him. They might just rout on the edge. They're not. Okay. Well, as you might imagine, this is a simple enough little affair to start off with. They're not in the best position, these chaps. And it's a bit of free experience for the generals. I don't imagine these young recruits are going to last very long at all. This was awfully like in the HBO Rome when... just after Caesar's crossed the Rubicon. Pillow and whatever his face was were sent to Rome just to go and scout things out. And they decided to basically attack a whole camp of Hastati, which was lovely news indeed. They routed them very easily. It is much like, well, this actually, we haven't routed them yet. So anytime you'd like to rout them, that'd be absolutely great. There we go. The gods be praised indeed. And there we are. Pillow has routed the fiends. Rome won't be that amazed because it literally just saw it and it was only 3 units of Hastati. Nonetheless, a nice victory to start us off. Down in Tarentum, it's a similar story, but this time we do actually have a General Vivius Julius who needs to be taken down, a minion, a watchful chap. Well, he would be watchful with old Abs, the brutal assassin over there, but no, I reckon we should be able to take him out. As I say, important to take out the early generals because they generally have better stats and a better trait than the rest that will come on later in the game. 2-to-1 ratio, to be honest, this should be pretty similar. We've got 47 men on Servius over here, so let's go and slaughter him. In we go then, and our Velites are nearly close enough for the throw, but not quite. And indeed, yes, I'm sending these trio out here just to hopefully get him around the site. No, you're not supposed to skirmish. Well, yeah, you are supposed to skirmish, but you're supposed to do the javelin part of the skirmishing, not the rest of that nonsense. So you guys get some javelins in. You lads, just pin them in position, please. Oh, they're going to run back now. They're not happy about any of that nonsense. Yeah, throw a few javelins in, my good sirs. Get these triarii around the flank. Are they going to throw him? Looks like they are reloading. Indeed they are. And, yeah, a few javelins going to hit our lads, which is unfortunate. But, oh, they're going to pile in there, are they? Interesting. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's go and hit you. Oh. Okay, we're going to ignore my order completely. The whole point of this, sir, was that we got the Triarii into the general. not you. But okay, I feel like we're going to lose the general because he's very, very weirdly split out right now. Come on, get back over here. That'll be fine. The general's not happy about any of that nonsense. Right, get the Triaya into him. Get the general back. Oh, general's in a stupid position. The general's literally in the middle of all their troops. Come on, don't get yourself killed. That would be marvellous. But this hasn't really gone to plan, has it? Really, really hasn't. Okay, well, tell you what we can do. Throw some javelins into there. Use these 6 on guard mode just to hold position. And we'll get the general back around the flank. That'll be lovely. Get you over here. And smashy, smashy. Right, now we're actually going to bother getting on with the battle properly. In come the javelins, in comes the general, in comes his death and demise. So with them broken, we're going to get ourselves around the back of the general, finish him off, and hopefully now we'll be okay to finish this off. Get on top of him, try and get over the other side. That's what we want. Yeah, there we go. We're now the other side of him. Now turn back into him, finish him off, and marvellous, marvellous stuff. Love it. And victory is ours. They have very quickly broken from there. And hopefully the general can chase him down. Looks like their leader's right at the back. He's doing the fastest gallop I've ever seen. He was probably doing the old rally call just before he died, which is slightly hilarious. Although annoyingly he is going to get away, which really shouldn't have happened. But alas, Vibius, you live to die another day. And nonetheless, the rest of them are really not going to get home, are they? So anyway, another terribly fought battle, but hey-ho, victory is ours. With our city safe once again then, and with the Proconsul's Palace underway, probably time to get some new recruits in. And over here we can actually get some more cav, which would be lovely. Over in Croton, well, we need to think about attacking Messana in time, but our alliance with the Carthaginians might just help us with that. Unfortunately, they have kind of used up all their strength, I imagine, taking on Greece, but there might be some guys hiding in the forest there in the distance. I'm just going to leave my fleet next to the Carthaginians for the time being. Are these guys actually at war? I don't actually know. No, they're not. They are not at war, which is interesting. I thought they only allied with me because I was enemies of their enemy, but alas, no. Anyway, the Scipii, having got their main force back to Rome at all, which is good news. Actually, we could go and chase him down. I kind of like that idea. Let's go and kill him. Does seem awfully like he's several horses short of a stable here, and indeed, he's not going to need one for much longer because down... yeah, well, there he goes, pretty much straight away. But whether we'll actually catch him is a different matter, because when they break that easily, you don't necessarily get enough hits in. But if we speed this up, we might just get lucky. And we did not. And I don't think we got lucky, but it says they routed. Has he decided to give up on life? Perhaps he has, because I didn't see him scatter to the wind. But apparently he no longer exists, which is marvellous news. So with a little bit of our money spent and Tarentum highly miserable, maybe we should sort out the old tax rate there. I like good old Crispy. We can keep him to look after our rear, which is marvellous. Apollonia is now a big Macedonian city, as it should be as far as I'm concerned. Rome will stay to Italy, damn it. And okay, we'll see if it bears any fruit. At the very least, our alliance with the Carthaginians might just distract the Scipii for a bit. Some problems with, yes, our good chap there, standing right on the edge of Scipione territory. But that's fine. Hopefully he hasn't lost too much for retreating there. Stern, clean hands, clean of the blood of his enemy and all of that good nonsense. No, he's got tons of great traits, but not that one on this particular occasion. So we'll fall back to the city for the time being. The money is now coming on in, which is marvellously good news. And I reckon one more unit of Principe and we can get moving. Oh yeah, we can have some fun over here. 73% Flavius Scipio. His traits are unknown. Yes, dead man is the only trait that he needs. And with that, oh, he's only got +3 on the old main tree of assassins. Oh, that's ridiculous. What is he up to now? He's up to many eyeballs. That is very hard to count. I would say that's 8. Fair enough. Very nice news indeed. Now, with Rome looking more and more safe under the great tutelage of Gaius the Ugly, actually he must go into battle rather than deal with all this. Oh, the Greeks are back. Unfortunately, they kind of want to take on the Carthaginians, which could be a problem. But as I say, distractions will take those as they come. And I do like some dogs. I'm going to get some dogs. I know it's 2 turns, and it's probably highly inefficient choice of unit, but we'll go with that for now. I'm just going to get some peasants, actually, just to keep the public order up as I plod off into the distance. Need to get that fleet fixed up before too long. I'm actually allies... Oh no, was I allies with the Greeks? Maybe I imagined that. I'm allied with the Gauls, of course I am. I'm allied with the Gauls and Carthage. This is like the Senate's worst nightmare, but hey-ho. This is a different world, damn it, and we're going to make it work for us. So, yeah, one more turn, we'll have another Principe, and we'll head over to Capua. We have a few more units at Tarentum who obviously can join the party. Crispus can look after the rear guard from the Macedonians. And I reckon, yeah, soon. Have we had the eruption already? If we haven't, then soon. This is the perfect time for the eruption to melt this man. Interestingly, they've besieged Tarentum, which wasn't quite what I was expecting, but I'll certainly take it. 22%. No! No! Nice! Nice, the killer was killed. Oh, by Jove. Well, that was surprising. Fair play, Julianus Scipio. Fair play. We seem to have ourselves a devilish fiend on our hands. One who must go down by the hand of bloody death. Well, he won't die the old-fashioned way, so we'll kill him the even more old-fashioned way of bloody murder in war. Yay, I've gone to Scottish Thomas now. Anyway, I should point out, the children in my class last year, when they sort of said, gave me sort of a, thank you for teaching me this year card, he did actually say something referring to Scottish Mr. Thomas. So I've obviously done that accent enough, which is interesting. I mean, aside from one great-grandfather who's from Inverness, I'm not especially Scottish. So, yes. Anyhow, Gaius the Ugly is going to earn his spurs in Capua. Our fleet is going to trickle its way back around over here, which means whilst they're all smashed up, we have at least got them together, and they have succeeded in their task of getting over to Lilybaeum. We have trade now with Carthage, and one day, if they have more fleets and ports, maybe we'll trade with them as well. They should really build a couple ports. That would be very good for my economy. I should probably speak to Macedonia, but to be honest, I'm not particularly interested in him. Okay, we'll see what they do here, because I've at least dumped these guys by the city. I can't really get much closer like I'd like to, but we've got some reinforcements in the general vicinity, should we need them. And we'll see if they want to do anything at Capua. Just want to make sure. 2 rams. Let's get the third one starting to go in case we decide we want a third. 3 may be useful. 2 might be enough. I might want to be careful about that. Unfortunately, the lads at Tarentum aren't actually going to come and attack us. They've got no siege equipment and we're down to 4 turns. So I should probably just get on that. We are now obviously sitting next to them outside the town here. We should be fine, but I'd rather they attack than me have to sally out at them. Nonetheless, in the meantime, Gaius the Ugly can at least kick the Scipione out of Italy proper, so I should probably get on with that. We could get some mercs. Oh, the hoplites. Hoplites wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, especially... Oh, they've obviously pulled a new general out of somewhere. Okay. Yeah, we'll get ourselves some hoplites. Why ever not? But we'll also get ourselves 1 extra Principe. Marvellous work. Right, let's head in. Capua, it is. Julianus Scipio. Okay, useless assessor, chancer, blah, 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 blah. Weirdly, it hasn't got anything to do with killing assassins, which you'd think he would after killing that amazing chap. But no, Gaius sadly doesn't even gain him a trait after the murder. But there we are. There we are, 2-to-1 ratio. We have plenty of rams. This should be fine. Let's head in. In we go then, and the Scipioni are fleeing at the very sight of us. Not that they can see us through the fence, of course, but the principle's there anyway. Interestingly, in the speech, it said that we've not had much luck against these people so far. Perhaps, well, I guess we've lost a naval battle, and we did retreat with our general, didn't we, when he was caught out in Campania. So maybe they've counted those 2 as defeats that could be a problem for us. Interesting that. Nonetheless, these relatives might well throw a few javelins at us, but we shouldn't worry about that too much. I've gone for all the 4 of the rams at once. We've left the 5th one behind a little bit. By the way, if you don't use the Facebook group for Rome Total War, it's an excellent group full of all sorts of fun little stories, and there's always some interesting videos posted on there. Occasionally pop mine on there as well. But more to the point, I recall seeing someone the other day post their video of them trying to break into a German town and getting slaughtered by all the phalanx. And obviously, the comments were full of people saying, oh, come on, you need to make a few other holes, otherwise you're just walking into the meat grinder. And indeed, we're not going to walk into the meat grinder here today. We are going to smash as many of our walls down, or their walls down, as we possibly can. So I think that's what we are going to do here. Now let's go and get our Velites over in this direction. There is a tower here, but we should be fine where we are. We haven't got shot yet. So I think, yes, all is absolutely fine and dandy, and all is gravy. So with that in mind, let's move our lads forward. No javelins yet, but they are hiding around this corner here, so we need to be just a little bit careful. With the gate open, then it's time to run on in, and there'll soon be several other holes in this wall. Anytime you want to actually run into position, that'd be great. A few javelins into the back of those Astarte. Certainly a good way to begin this little encounter. Let's just get my general into the back of those lads. That will probably help us out as this escalates. So you lads, pin them in position. That's a decent position. General's going to run into the back of them, and that should hopefully finish that off. Gaius the Ugly into battle. Hopefully he'll become Gaius the Scarred. At least he can pretend in his older age that it's something to do with a good old scarring battle. But wow, he's really ploughing through him right now, and he's not quite broken them. He's done a decent enough job. Right, a few more javelins piling in. You, sir, run in at those lads. That would be marvellous. Marvellous. The new phrase of the day. You run in as well. And oh yeah, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. General, you pile back on top of them. You, sir, get on top of these lads. And I think we'll be absolutely fine and dandy once again. In we go then, and we're just going to try and tease them by wandering onto the plaza. Should pull some of them in our general direction. There we go, that's what we want to see. Now, hopefully, if they actually do bother to come over here, we'll be able to pull them into the death trap. But they seem a little bit hesitant to come into our death trap. Come on, lads. It's just a friendly pincer movement. It's fine. And I think it's worked on the general, and that's perfect, because he's going to hit... Oh, he's hit the hoplites. Done a little bit of damage, but oh, that's what we want to see. That is what we want to see. Oh, glory. Death and glory. Please stay on your actual guard mode, my good sirs. Back in position. Oh, for Pete's sake. Yeah, well, I slightly ruined it by not leaving them on the right mode there. Nonetheless, we should still get some javelins in. Anytime you want to throw some javelins in, that'd be marvellous. And there's still just a few too many of them. Anyone want to throw in javelins? Anytime. Apparently they're not actually close enough, which is somewhat ridiculous. Oh well, we'll just let these guys finish them off. And with the Astarte completing the pincer, hopefully this time they will all get chopped down. This obviously is one of my more experienced lads, so he might just be able to get him. Come on, he's right there. Anytime would be a good one. Apparently we're struggling to finish him off. There are a few javelins, that's what we want to see. Okay, we are missing fairly badly there, but hopefully, yeah, after about the 5th break, we might actually kill him. Unfortunately, we got a big charge on us from there. Well, their generals died at the exact moment that they charged in, but they have actually done a fair bit of damage there. Hoplites, pull yourself into position. We've actually got a break, which is unfortunate, because that charge is pretty darn hefty. Got ourselves just a little bit more exposed than I wanted, but oh well, we pulled him into a second conflict, which I suppose is fine. What we'll probably do though is get our javelins in over on this flank. Maybe pull it in our hoplites into this kind of position, and we'll probably just be able to chunk these guys down a little bit slowly, but eventually, and that's really the main thing. Some of these Principes maybe, just maybe, want to get yourselves over here. That is probably for the best, and we'll just send these guys back in. General, yeah, General's now got on top of him. That's good news. Their guys are interested. The Velites are wandering awfully far into the plaza, which has meant that the generals jumped straight into us, which is not ideal. But their general has fallen because they've just thrown a javelin into the back of his face, which is also known as the head. But technical terms aside, ladies and gents, We're probably about at the time we should just throw the javelins in. Not... What are we doing? We are absolute numpties sometimes, honestly. Like an utter pack of bungalows, the lot of you. Utter nonsense. Right, well, apparently they can't use their brains and they just want to get into a melee, which I guess is the way we're going to finish this off. So, in we go. In we go. And hopefully finish us off with a good old charge from Gaius the Harsh. Why am I calling Gaius the Harsh? Gaius the Ugly. I wasn't sure if it was Gaius for a moment, so I decided to just slightly stall for a moment, and then I, for some reason, completely replaced his actual epithet with a random one. But hey ho, we're going to grind them down a few more losses than I really wanted here, but it is what it is, I suppose. And with that, we pretty much got this battle done. And somehow, the ugly man has survived. Yeah. Yeah, getting pulled into the plaza there can always be a bit of a problem. But we've done the job, and Gaius the Ugly, a bit of an ugly victory, but in many ways, he's done the job. Conquered? We conquer! Indeed we do. And with that, Capua is now ours. And as is traditional, we will enslave all of our fellow Romans. For some reason they don't have a port in Capua, which is utter lunacy, unless of course we just destroyed it, but I don't think we did. I think they are just numpties. So, with that sorted out then, hopefully a little bit of blending, but yeah, not quite as ideal as I'd like. Okay, well, we'll send these to Hastati. Actually, this Hastati can be retrained here, I guess. We just don't have money. Can we do it now? No, we can't. Fine. Well, let's not worry about that for the time being. We probably need to deal with Tarentum as well, actually, don't we? I think so. I tell you what. Can we drag some of our men over in that direction? Unfortunately not. That's ruined that unit as well. I thought we might be able to get away with that, but we have not. So, can we drag some of these men down south? We can. So we're going to bring those in that direction, and they're going to come and support that down against the invasion of the Scipioni. Hopefully, all will come together nicely. The heroic Gaius the Ugly has arrived to alleviate Tarentum. Gaius Scipio. Oh, he's not got a very experienced army with him, has he? No. So, Service Maxentius, no, you'll be joining me, my good sir. Don't you worry about that. We have plenty in our army to take him down. Let it in. Well, the reinforcements are a bit of a ragtag bunch of injured infantry, but what we can do is start to shuffle our way forward. I am slightly confusing them here with my cavalry movement. I've got a huge cavalry advantage, so I'm going to use that to, well, my advantage, it should be said. So, I've got Gaius the Ugly and good old Maxentius over here, who is, of course, at this point, pretty darn experienced at the old killing thing. Oh, you've just wandered out of position. No, you're going to get absolutely destroyed. Okay, there, General. He's going to leave him alone, is he? Oh, indeed he is. Okay, all my lads run into position. Get all my Hastati onto Javelin Throw. And all of my Principes onto Javelin Throw. It's absolutely fine by me. I will annihilate this unit first. Smashy. Oh, that was a terrible charge, my good sirs. But we've got Town Watch over there. You know what? I'm happier if that general isn't going to charge him. Let's just go straight through them. Plough through them all. Okay. They're very confused about what to do. Lots of javelins coming in, so I don't think I need to hit them in the rear as much as I thought I might. So sometimes, you know, switch around the tactics as and when the battle suggests it. This time, try and hit them a little bit better. You guys, hold position. Hold position. And there we are. Pull yourselves back. Lovely work, my generals. They're not very pleased about their advance, are they? No, that's not ended well for them. You, Maxentius, you go and take him out. Probably a few javelins about to come in. Hopefully we don't waste him. Hopefully we don't kill our general with them. Ruddy Laura. Anyway, I did call that. Probably should have just left them alone. Okay, with the cavalry doing their job, we should probably shuffle these lads up. Forward, my good sirs. Forward, my good sirs. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these guys onto skirmish, but just in front of our own lines, and hopefully we'll see something interesting happen. Get the cav around the back. Equites are doing okay. They will obviously completely fail as soon as I try and give them anything to do, so be a little bit careful about them. And with the careful around the back, they are doing the old proverbial shitting themselves. So in we go to their general, and I reckon, yeah, the Velites are now throwing in, which means they're charging in that way. Okay. Okay. We'll do that, and you guys just run along the back. Just run along the corridor. Corridor of uncertainty, and okay, yeah, a few bits of this and that into that general who, okay, he's pulled out immediately, which isn't really surprising given the circumstances. He's come out to deal with us. Okay, send this general around there. And Gaius, my good sir, blow the horn of destiny. And with that, you should be safe enough for the immediate conflict. At this point, just grab all of these guys, send them over here. Grab all of these guys, send them in. Oh, that's the Velites. Hit the town watch. Hit the town watch. And you guys just keep pressing forward. You're in position anyway. And yeah, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Pull those Equites out of there. They can do a bit of rear action work, but don't want them getting too close. Gaius probably shouldn't stay in there too long, but we're just going to give the infantry time to turn up. Good. Where is he going to go now? He's going to follow us. That's actually probably about the best thing, because it's going to pull them all the way. And that means that we can grab most... Actually, Velites. Some Trioi at the back there. Let's leave those guys in my control. And we'll send all of these guys into battle. And that should be the general piled in on top of. And yeah, just intercept him. Intercept him, and that should pretty much be the day. General's gone. Yeah, great God to be praised. Everyone's given up now. And we're not going to let them get away. We've got way too much light cav for that kind of nonsense. Catch them down, boys. Catch them down. That's English. Oh, dear English, me speak you good. It's always nice to see a little bit of a... well, I'm not quite sure what this building is here, but we're halfway through building a dog in the town, so maybe this is half of a dog. Anyhow, I would say that's a pretty darn clear victory. Gaius the Ugly, proving himself to be good at glorious, not just ugly victories. Victory and glory, and with that, Gaius the Ugly has freed Tarentum, although I suspect Servius Maxentius could have done it himself. But, you know, as a local hero, sometimes it's good to let someone else have a taste of the glory. So we'll retrain those Equites. And yes, as you can see here, we do seem to have Quintus Scipio taking siege of Syracuse, which, you know, is a thing that is currently happening. So obviously it would be much easier to go and kill the Brutii, but because you perfidious lot, that's what I called the Brutii last episode. Yes, because you lot of senators have voted for me to kill the more difficult of the two factions, we will of course have to head over to Sicily at this juncture, which I guess we'll be doing pretty darn soon. So we could do with the money, I suppose. So, okay, get some peasants in there just to hold the town, as we, of course, gather our armies for the next part of the campaign. Probably could do with a bit of a retraining of the boats. Capra's building a port, so maybe just a few turns as we get ourselves set up. And unfortunately, the eruption at Etna has happened, but not quite at the right time to murder all of the Scipioni, which is unfortunate, but it's just the way it goes, I'm afraid. But nonetheless, we are now starting to gather all of our forces. We should probably send these chaps back over, well, I would say to Rome, but Rome is slightly plaguey right now, which is somewhat a problem. Unless we can retrain some of these lads over in this part of the world, which is marvellous. And yeah, as those guys get retrained, I guess those are the units which are going to be looking after Rome. Unfortunate time, peasants. You now get to die. So. We're just going to dump these lads over here. Now, we will take them over the seas very, very soon. Do we have enough of a force here to go and take on this pretty much full stack? I think we're pretty close to what we need. Tell you what, we will take one more unit of Velite as well, which would be marvellous. We don't have a huge amount of money, so I should just be a bit careful about what I do with the rest of this. How many boats are there? I don't really see any Scipioni boats around, but I have retrained what I've got over here at Griton. So we'll be heading off with them, I think, next turn. So a new lad here just to look after Croton whilst we are busy marching off in the distance. And yeah, we'll just build ourselves the traders. Don't need to worry too much about our economy. We've got kind of enough floating in, but there are a few problems going on here or there. Yeah, Rome just lost 2,000 peoples because I haven't had enough time to actually invest in all of this. And I have been enslaving constantly, which has somewhat massively raised the population. So it must have been, yeah, nearly 20,000. By the way, I had a little play around with this, and if you actually get Rome to be a huge city first, the Mario reforms don't actually activate. Apparently it needs to be something not Rome. It does work for SPQR, but it didn't work on my little test playthrough when I tried it making Rome. I want to see how quick I could make Rome a huge city, and it really didn't take very long. It was like five years into the game or something, but didn't activate the Baron reforms, interestingly. So, hey-ho. Right, we're going to head over to Sicily very, very soon. I think it's fair to say that this should be a sufficiently large force to take on the Scipii. So we're going to besiege the city of Messana straight away. Get that in a bit of a tricky, sticky situation. And Rome, is it still played? It is indeed. I've got the games running though, so they should be happy. Be happy, my Roman fiends. And these lads, yeah, get back over here. We should probably... don't have an awful lot. Judgmental... Interesting. That's not really the best thing of all time, is it, my good sir? Okay, well, we will... what should I do here? I need to be a little bit careful with some of these lads. You can probably outrun us, though, if I'm not careful. So we'll just get these Astarte to plot in this direction. Hopefully they'll be okay. We're just going to send these guys out of the town. Just to look after him. Just to make sure we don't lose all the units at once. At least some men, if they get caught in the field. I'm to do something against this lad if he decides to attack. But he should leave us alone because he seems to have learnt by this point that this is the episode of the Scipii. So, into Messana next time. Well, the reinforcements haven't come for Messana, so a simple auto-resolve will do the job here. Another bit of enslavement, which, by the way, if you're not sure, does actually give you a decent bit of income. It is a part of your trading network, so if you do go onto here, the slaves are a part of that. So I don't know, I always feel like it's actually maybe an underutilized, not tactic perhaps, but an underutilized element of the game. Quite a good, well, I mean, how many games actually involve slavery where there isn't a big uproar about it? I've never really heard an uproar about it on this, but nonetheless, I do think it's an interesting game mechanic, certainly spreading the population around, and indeed an extra bit of income. Why not? Rome was built on slavery, so I suppose it does make some sense. That's what we'll be doing as the Senate. Just keep on using it in slave. It will just build up our towns, which is probably for the better. More people is more population, and to be honest, as Rome, I don't really know why I'm doing this, because, yes, as someone pointed out in the comments, which I did discuss actually in my other video, on my pacifist run, I should be able to do this without there being any riots because we are the Senate and the Senate don't get riots. So I'm pretty certain I can do this without any problems. We'll find out, I suppose. I seem to recall it being okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some peasants just to hold the town as I wander off to Syracuse. Right, the Gauls have attacked Carthage. Utter bunch of turnips, the lot of them. Should we stand by Gaul? We probably should, you know. This means that we now will have to face these lads. Oh well, it was never meant to be, was it? It was never meant to be. The figs are way too close, and as you can see, Messana is now under siege from the Scipiones, who seem to really not want to actually put us under any sieges, or actually, you know, use the siege equipment, I should say. Croton is miserable, as we set it up to be. Although Rome does seem like it's clear of plague now, which is kind of nice. Let's go get ourselves a little bit more of that, a bit more of port. And, a glass of port. That does sound like a good idea, Thomas. I have excellent plans. I'll go get some of my port very, very soon. But we'll see if they build the equipment. If they don't, that was a really stupid idea, Julii, but okay. Oh, there are reinforcements, so it's less stupid than I thought. Are they actually going to build equipment? Oh, they are. Okay, this could be fun. And here they come then with what can only be described as a shit ton of rams. Although, if it's a big pun of ram, what's the collective noun for a ram or Oh, pile of goats. Is a trip of goats? Yeah, they've got a trip load of rams here. Anyway, the point is this is going to cause us a few problems, but we should be fine. We've got the superior troops pretty much all round. We've got the, the palisades, but they're not particularly good, are they? Aside from a few lovely capes on the town watch, they're not looking particularly strong. They got the mercenary peltas I didn't bother hiring, but I've got the mercenary hoplites. They're probably the more important unit. So yeah, aside from a few holes in the wall, I think we should be absolutely fine. So the factionaire, the fruitful Aulus Scipio, is going to need to be fruitful pretty soon, in fact, because he's about to be dead. So let's head in, let's teach him a lesson or two. In they slowly come, and for some reason the music isn't playing. I don't quite know why. It's supposed to be, but apparently this is a very unimpressive and subtle, there we go. Very unimpressive and subtle approach apparently. But the music has finally kicked in, and as you can see, we've got ourselves plenty of lads around here. I've got the double Principe over here just to make sure we're covered around the central areas. This ram's burning down, which is good news indeed. Probably suggests I should start bringing some more of my lads into this kind of a direction, but I might leave them there just for the time being. A few of our javelins being thrown over the wall, that is marvellous. And to be honest, I'm not sure this is going to go too well for them. They want to come into the front door. They've got a lovely, lovely meat grinder. So assuming they don't javelin us too much, we should be okay. So they don't seem to want to right now. Their the angle's a little bit shallow. I'm not sure if these lads know how a battle works. They're here to take the city. They should be walking straight through the old meat grinder here, but apparently they don't know how to do it. I suppose they are a town watch, so they will watch the town. It's not a very convincing attack, I'll be honest. The music is definitely agreeing with me on that particular point. There's another hole in the wall. Okay, this one's gone kasplat, so that doesn't bode too well for some of these lads over here. No, it doesn't. So it is, yeah, in that position. They're going to charge in. Don't worry about that. Just charge into them. You guys charge into them. Marvellous news. And it looks like they're finally bothering to do something. Someone's already routing, which is just beautiful. Let's watch the meat grinder. Oh, yes. Oh, they're going to watch themselves fall very quickly indeed. If we see any of these guys die, we throw them in their sea, because honestly, they would have failed us absolutely and completely if that's the case. So throw some javelins in over there. Let's get, where's my general? Where's my general? He's over there. Okay, good. Now, as for the other lads, the Equites and Gaius, they're going to head out to that flank there. Oh, we followed them out. That's, okay, to be honest, that doesn't matter that much. Yeah, that doesn't really matter all that much. We'll just keep chasing them for a moment. That's fine. Take out those lads. Where's the general? He's kind of giving up already, isn't he? Yeah, we should really get these cav out a little bit quicker, because this battle's already going very badly for all of the Scipioni. Okay, let's get these lads back into the city. You chaps back inside. We'll let them keep on throwing themselves to their own demise. That'll be perfect. Good, get yourself over there. Cav is straight out of the gates. Or out of, well, what was once a gate, or once a wall, in fact. I know what a wall and a gate is, don't worry. Everyone back inside, apart from the cav. No trouble with any of that nonsense. With the cav out, I think we should probably get them around the back now and make sure we get rid of this general. Oh, this is being a pathetic attempt, it should really be said. Though a couple of the hoplites have died, so shame on them. Blow the horn of destiny and charge, my good sir, charge! Equites, you're kind of a bit light for this, actually. Get out there and just charge down the town watch. That would be absolutely marvellous. Guys, get yourself around the back, please. And, yeah, the rest of this. He's routing. Indeed, he's running. But he's already pretty much entirely surrounded. He's down to just himself. You missed. You completely missed him. Okay, well, he's got away because we missed, apparently. Anyone want to actually kill him? Okay, fine. Fine. Charge his starty, all infantry. Just get out of the city now and start murdering. Where did my cav go? They're over there. Good. At the very least, you can catch the general if the rest of us fail. Down he goes, flying off his horse. And with that, yeah, we just mop up whatever stragglers are foolish enough to still be here and still be alive. With only 12 men remaining, I would say that was pretty darn efficient, all things considered. 205 kills for Maxentius and 112 for Gaius. They've got themselves a bit of extra experience. Marvellous. Poor old Prisca still looking for a husband, but to be frank, she does keep on picking the older gentlemen and ones with useless traits like Drill Master, or annoying traits like Drill Master in this particular case. And if I'm honest, this guy doesn't look like he's really batting on a full wicket. He does look a bit of a thickie, doesn't he? So no, I think not, my good lady. Rome's still dying of the plague because apparently the gods aren't particularly pleased with all of this Roman genocide. Nonetheless, we have Syracuse to take out, and they very conveniently left themselves some army outside of the city, which means that we can immediately head in to go and take them out. And they are foolish enough to do it. Oh, isn't that absolutely beautiful? So, Quintus Scipio, my good sir, we're going to take you down, and whether or not we take out all the troops, if we take out you, the battle is done. The war with the Scipio at the very least will be over. So let's head in. Let's take this lad out. There are a few units with some experience here. Some archers, very nice indeed. But I think that won't last too long. Let's head in. And we have ourselves a beautiful rock formation here today. Rome isn't quite as eccentric as Medieval 2 is with its maps, so it's always nice to see one of these huge beasts over here. Sadly, it's not one that we can kind of get up. Sometimes you can, sometimes it's enough of a hill that you might be able to climb it, but alas not. Even so, nice bit of height, a bit of wonk to the camera, which is just marvellous. So unfortunately though, it does look like they're not coming towards us anytime soon, so maybe we'll have to go in to take them on. Now, they are a bit of a, well, there's Equites and militia cav here as well. Need to be a little bit careful about all that kind of nonsense. Perhaps though I should just move forward and we'll just turn back and use the rock on our side when the reinforcements arrive. Nice to see some cavalry auxilia. Very much not appreciated enough as far as I'm concerned. I think they're an incredibly irritating unit to face, and they can be pretty darn effective when you use them. But I'm going to send the dogs in. That should probably deal with them pretty much as I need them. So, send in the dogs. That is marvellous. That will start to bite those down. Hopefully that will do the job. Normally they just bite the underbelly and defeat the horses. That's what we're hopefully going to see. And, oh, some of the Equites decide to charge into infantry, which is an interesting decision to make. You guys start getting yourself into battle. Charge! Because at the moment you're just taking javelins, which seems a really stupid decision. So to start running in, honestly, I think it'll be fine. Does it look like they're going to ride before we can reform by the rock? Damn it. No rock for us here today. Bit of a shame, but we're essentially going to pile on top of all of these lads and clear them out. Let's get my cav just to make sure. What do you want to do? Let's grab these guys. Grab these guys. Just turn them around. Turn them around. Okay, you guys get yourselves over there nice and quick. That'd be great. Everyone else, just start chasing them down. Nice pincer movement on this horse lad. Should hopefully clear him out before long. They are going to reinforce, but I think it might just be too late. Send in our general to help because Equites are not going to be happy about any of this. Let's try and pull out and reinforce. No, they are. They're going to pull out before it even matters anyway. Marvellous news. That does mean everyone else get themselves back into position. A couple of these Principes are in a strange position. Let's get yourselves back over there, my good sirs. And that will be marvellous. Gallop off, chase them down, and send the general back this way. But, yeah, we'll leave the Equites to finish that job. Chase them down, back to the city. And Gaius, honestly, you can charge for the Hastati. Finish them off. As for the rest of this nonsense, let's get ourselves into position. Some hoplites here. I've also got some Hastati who have decided to merge into them, which is interesting. Peasants hiding at the back here. Peasants, charge in, take out the archers. Be marvellous news if I could do that. Take out those archers, take out the cav in the distance. Marvellous news, and general, get yourself around the back when you take out this general. Let's go and take him asunder. Right, get all of these lads into the flank because they are piling into a strange angle. Everyone get over there. Cav going to flank them. But it says all of you into the general, please. And they're going to charge me. I would hope... Well, unfortunately, they've done a very good job of cutting around me there. Which isn't really what I wanted, but hey-ho. Right, Maxentius, You're going to get some support from Gaius. He's going to come and gallop in before too long. And everyone else is going to have hopefully melted very, very soon. I think we're doing... Alright, we're not doing well. Get out of there. Get out of there, my good sir. You don't need to die like your old friends. I think that's him right there. He apparently has got away, just. Roman archers being chased off by peasants, which is kind of funny. Big pile of javelins coming into the rear of them, and their general is in a bit of a bad position as Gaius is charging on in. There he goes. Was that a general? An archer stabbed him with a knife. No. Okay. Interesting. Things have gone wrong. Gaius has given up. Gaius the Ugly. Alright, this should have been a very easy battle, but we somehow managed to get both the generals running off. Peasants have been routed by the archers, which is unfortunate. In come the equity! Equity! You guys charge back in. You must die for your bodyguard now. Must die for him. And everyone else has obviously won the battle without any concerns or problems at all. The narrator cares more about their leader than he does about ours. There we are, the end of the Scipii. Ends with, well, apparently the commentator deeply saddened by that situation. Oh well. Right, well, our general's dead, and it's done that weird thing where it changes the picture, which is what it does for some unbeknown reason. I guess the experience was enough to clear off our general, but I'm surprised the archers got a lucky stab on the general. That's rather ridiculous. Oh well. Well, maybe Gaius the Harsh is... Gaius the Harsh, keep calling him that. Is he from MATN's campaign? Maybe he is. I don't even know anymore. Anyway, victory is ours. With a whimper, we claim victory on this day. Let's get revenge on those archers. And my gosh, this has been an ugly display. With the death of Maxentius, then, I guess it's down to Gaius the Ugly to finish off this campaign. Messana probably should have a unit in it before I end the turn, so we'll sort that out. Maybe we'll take Syracuse. Maybe we'll take it and gift it to the Carthaginians as an apology. But what we won't apologise for is the end of the Scipii. Oh, the house of the Scipii. Maybe the squeaky narrator man may praise you and may be saddened for your end, but I am not. I am not. Well, ladies and gentlemen, senators, vote for who's going to go down next. Is it going to be the Julii or the Julii? I think I know which way that one's going to go. But yes, today we can probably leave it, to be honest, because I think we can finish the Julii next time. But they could pose us a few problems, not least because Rome has been plagued for quite a number of turns now. We haven't been able to do very much with it. In case you're wondering about the family tree, by the way, I do still have 4 lads here, so we're doing okay. Who actually is the leader? Decius Sergius, some 20-year-old lad. We've never heard of us. Probably should have made Gaius the Ugly the faction heir, but alas, it is not him. So, we will see how this all goes down next time. But for now, we can praise what has been a very shoddily fought campaign thus far. But we're doing the job, damn it. I can't be bothered to do it more efficiently than this. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. But we do need to go and clear out Tarentum next term. Anyway, I'm Thomas, this is Nurse the Human, and this has been our SPQR I Am the Senate campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. No! Not again! How did you lose to the archers? Anyone who's already got children, they've just been killed. Filthy pilchards, the lot I am. Oh, Steve! You were the best of all the Steves. Rum pum pa 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 pa.